go.
Commander Calder, your log, please.
Captain's log 55362.4. We begin our securing the section of space known as the Silk Road. Our first stop will be a formerly lost colony on Delta Leonis II. I hope we could deal with this any problems. End log.
And problems they will find.
God damn it.
Okay. Rough map of the initiative area, known as the Silk Road. Up in this corner, extending one sector up is Starbase 27, and then going down here and extending another 2 sectors is Deep Space Erkannia on the far side of their operational area. So, this is the area of space that you will be responsible for. Delta Leonis is here, and a couple other noteworthy systems are marked on the map.
Where are we at?
You would be...
That looks about right.
Yep. Moving up the ship, but cutting back to the Shosku system. As there's a last-minute change of roster, Commander Calder, as Lieutenant Knight has been transferred to DSE for security measures.
Scene cuts to me watching him do a cake stand.
But yeah, as he is transferred off, we are introduced to our new security officer as Lieutenant Semi Litra is transferred to the Svalinn and is transferred in just an hour before she disembarks. You found yourself on Deep Space Erkannia. You've been transferred here a couple weeks ago by another airship, and now you've rendezvoused with our new posting of the starship Svalinn Steamrunner class. She's currently docked on one of the pylons, and there's crews ferrying goods and personnel back and forth as she gets ready for her next adventure, hopefully taking you on it. And along the gangway, you run into Maldon. So, Maldon, you're on your way to the gangplank, and you see a Bajoran, an officer, are looking towards the ship.
Is it like the Lost kind of look, or?
Yeah, like I would say, yeah. She's basically has like a travel bag, basically, and is kind of looking down the gangplank to try to see what's going on.
Roll there and looking lost.
What was that?
Said row lair and looking lost. That was just commentary for comparison.
Okay. I understood the looking lost part.
Row Laren.
Rel Laren. I do not know who that is.
It's a TNG ensign.
There we go. Okay, now I got you.
Admiral Kane in TNG.
Gotcha.
An aha moment.
So I'll approach, and you look a little lost. You coming on this
yeah.
ship? Here?
This is the Svalinn. Svalinn. There you go. That's what I was being transferred to. If you could
Oh my gosh, you're a new security officer.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course, yeah.
I'm Maldon.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm a semi. Nice to meet you.
A semi?
Yeah, well,
let's get you on board. Let's get your bags inside and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Just follow. Just go ahead and follow me in, or you bring me in. I'm nervous because it's my first like major command. So like,
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Maldon will kind of notice the nervousness and do everything that he can to like just kind of ease some of that nervousness by being not overly like simplifying things, but just making sure that like you understand, what you need to, where you need to go, and all that good stuff.
Go ahead and give me a Presence Con difficulty 1, Maldon.
Oh gosh, you asked for the absolute wrong person to do that. Oh wait, Con. Never mind, Con. Ooh, that's fine. Presence Con difficulty 1.
So what above it?
The wrong. Yep. That's better.
Okay. You're able to give a brief rundown of kind of where things are on the ship, where or she would need to check in with the operations officer and get her quarter squared away. And Semi, you're able to kind of take this information and kind of get a brief layout of the ship. Okay, bridge is on deck 1, obviously. Officer's lounge is deck 4 forward. Engineering is deck 5 and deck 6.
Okay.
If you want, you could show the internal layout.
Yeah, that would be awesome, actually, because I'm gonna have to know where everything is to send people to the right place should that be needed.
And the internal layout of the USS Svalinn. We have the bridge up top, mess hall, holodeck, ready room, and the break down here that we've had to use a little more often than I expected.
And this is where they serve the resequenced proteins.
Okay. Cool. This is really helpful. I'll probably mess up. Just make sure that I know where everything is. I'll keep studying to make sure I'm all good. I didn't expect it to be an hour before we were going, but I can do it.
Oh, well, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah, of course. Always. Yeah.
You could always ask the computer where to go.
Actually, as you're in the mess hall, you see a familiar tall Aurelian. Lieutenant L, what would you be doing in the mess hall at this time?
Well, if it's not during chow, then I'll probably be trying to get chow at this time, or try to talk to that to the cook in there. Remember?
It's not quite chow time. It's probably, yeah, it's probably like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Remember, I like to eat in chow when everyone else is not eating chow.
So you are having chow. And you see Maldon and an unknown Bajoran are in women and walking around.
And this is Lieutenant L, our science officer.
I have never met one of you before. This is actually quite exciting. I'm a semi. I'll be your chief of security. She offers her hand out.
He'll stand up, put out a hand as he just finished up eating. Oh wow, they placed night awfully quick. He was gone like an hour ago? Elle will shake your hand and since you just got done eating, offer to help you carry your bags if you need any help.
Oh no, I may look a little small, but I assure you I can carry my things. But thank you. That's very kind of you.
I mean, I have 2 big wings and 2 hands, so I got the extra length.
I know. It's fine. It's just I kind of like to keep my things just a little bit, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
But yeah, for sure, I'll try to make sure that no one gets to you in your science. I know I'm not really that much of a science person myself. I know botany, but that's not a very exciting science.
I like to play with the sensors a lot. And I don't mind helping you out with the security if you ever need it as well.
Yeah, of course. Sure, if I ever need it.
There have been plenty of situations thus far where security and science have had to work together, so I'm sure it'll be good to go.
I'm sure that happens. But I'll do my job and I'll make sure that I'm not in your way unless I have to be for your safety.
Appreciate that, but science is not an observer sport in some aspects. Very much appreciate more participants.
Yeah, of course. Anytime, for sure.
Have you had a bridge yet?
I should probably go to the bridge. Yeah, I should drop my things off first, and then I'll go up.
Absolutely.
All right, I think we'll go to wherever the quarters would be, and then drop things off.
Before you can drop your bags off, you need to have quarters assigned to you, and to do that, you would have to talk to Lt.Cmdr Maddox, the XO.
Right. So we'll have to go find him. Does the computer know? I'll ask the computer. I'll hit the communication. Can you locate the executive officer for me, please, computer?
Maddox, where would you be at this point?
I think it'd probably be a safe bet he'd be in engineering.
Lt.Cmdr Maddox is in engineering.
engineering. Okay. Thank you, computer. And then I'll start to make my way down to the engineering, which would be
left.
Yep. Way down here. As you make your way to the engineering bay, you see a Commander Maddox in the middle of it all, probably elbow deep in some console, trying to repair the last little bit of damage to the engines. Maddox, as you're doing this, young Bajoran woman in security, a gold comes up to you.
It's already offering the hand. Hey, I'm Lieutenant Asemi. It's wonderful to meet you. I think I have to come to you for quarters. Like, I mean, I don't have to come to you. You assign me it. Yeah.
I understand what you need, Lieutenant. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So you're a new security officer.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Look forward to serving with you.
I am looking forward to serving on this ship and with you as well.
Maddox will grab a pad, tap on it for a moment, and set up a quarter assignment for the lieutenant, and let the lieutenant know that it's ready.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna drop my stuff off and head up to the bridge. Is the captain up there, do you think?
The captain would be on the bridge, I'm assuming, about an hour before launch corridor.
Yep.
Okay, so she'll drop the things off at her quarters and then head up to the bridge.
Yep, that can be done. You drop your stuff off at the quarters. This is an actual department headquarters, so you actually have the place to yourself, surprisingly. It's kind of a step up from the dual bunks you had previously.
For sure. Like, I actually have room for my own things. And I'm going to start setting up a few altars and stuff like that.
Okay. Spend a few minutes setting up your quarters, and we're about 15 minutes to launch, and you should report to your station.
Yep. And then I'll go up to the bridge.
Make your way up to the bridge, and Maldon, On, and L are already on the bridge, along with various service officers, and Commander Calder is in the center chair.
So kind of come around the side to say hello, basically. Excuse me, Captain. I'm Lieutenant Asemi. I'm here to finalize the transfer so we can get me on for your chief of security.
Glad to have you board.
Yeah, of course. So he like pulls out the pad just to like finalize, because just to make sure that it went all the way through and everything is following procedure.
Yep, procedure is followed, and everything's all squared away.
Cool. Thank you, sir. I'll make my way back to my station there.
Yep, you make your way to the security station back, everything is set up and squared away. Commander Calder, your orders.
I'll call docking controls for DSE and in parking procedures.
Aye, Captain. Go ahead and call up DSC to get the clamps taken off so we can get out of here.
USS Svalinn, this is DSE, a docking control.
Docking control, this is Svalinn. We're ready to disembark. Requesting decoupling of docking clamps and all the whatnot in the hoo-ha.
Disembarkment acknowledged. And you may a takeoff when ready. Please use warp lane in 3 until you are clear of system.
Copy that.
And they give you coordinates to work around traffic, and engineering is told to disengage all moorings and decouple the umbilical. Within a few moments of slight rumblings, the ship is in free space and is floating on her own. Oh, the lights come on. And Maldon, go ahead and give me a control con task. Difficulty E2, assisted by ship's engines con.
Yes.
I'll get the ship.
Maldon?
Yeah, I've rolled already. It's right there. The one.
You
Oh,
wrote
okay.
Before you put the task.
I was slightly confused there. Okay. 2 momentum generated. One of them float from your all fingers and thumbs. Would you like to do anything with that?
No, not particularly.
Okay.
I'm not about to start doing a barrel roll on the way out, if that's what you're asking.
I don't know. Just it's your momentum.
Fair enough.
You want to just lose the fingers and thumbs one? I mean, is there anything to do with it? Because you lose it anyways.
Yeah, I know.
Yep, that's what I was asking. Very precise into a procedure, or you pull the ship out, slip out of your phase lane, get clearance in some tower, and the ship jumps to warp. You have about a 2 to 3 day a journey to your our mission objective. Is there anything you would like to do along the way? Any research?
Semi would just probably go around the ship to make sure she knows where everything is.
Okay. Reason con difficulty 1. See how well you can navigate the ship.
One.
You manage to learn the layout of the steam rotor class as pretty well. Was there any advanced research or any preparations you want to make before you get to the system?
I don't have any, no.
Calder, L, Maldon, Maddox.
Sensor scans.
Okay. On approach, we can do some long range and sensor scans. And brought down difficulty 2 because of your advanced sensors.
Sensor operations focus and you know, you got plenty of threat, so I'm going to have to spend the 1 momentum right now.
Okay.
Yeah, die.
And the ship roll.
I got it.
Oh no. Do you have a means of re-rolling or quashing that?
I think we're going to have to give you the 2 threat. What do you think, Maldon?
I'm okay with letting the complication play out on this one.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm just gonna take the 2 threat for now, as you get a preliminary scan of the Delta Leonis system. And yep, players on this map. Cool. So we have the star. This is a G class S star main sequence, and a little on the young side. I'd probably like 4.7 billion years old. Oops. Oh. And then we have.
Oh, planet just moved.
It's a little low. And we have.
But a planet moving like that on sensors, that would freak any science officer out.
No, I was just repositioning it.
I know, I'm joking with you.
First planet in the system. Class D, a bit larger than the moon, nothing interesting. In Class, we have Delta Leonis II, Class M, fairly temperate environment, a little on the dry side. The hydrospheres is a little lighter than normal. Is a little lighter than normal M-class world, but it's areable. We have a tiny moon that has swept up the asteroid field, and Delta Leonis 3, and then Delta Leonis 4 is a gas giant with large amounts of methane. Very pretty. Any additional questions?
We don't have momentum for the extra questions unless you're offering freebies.
You get one freebie just for being a science officer.
I don't think this question would cost anything, but I just wanted to make sure that this is planet 1, 2, and 3 we see, and we don't see 4 on the map.
4 is up top. It's kind
Where's
of
3 at?
3 is this little guy here.
I thought you said that was a moon.
It's a moon-sized object, but it's an actual planet.
Okay.
Like, it's a planet enough that it is round, and it orbits the sun, and it has cleared most of its orbital path. It seems to have cleared most of its orbital path by creating a ring system around it. It's kind of weird, but it's functional.
I think my question would be, is there anything in any of the orbits, satellites, star bases, anything?
Anything artificial in the space?
Yeah.
I will take that for your free question. Negative. No artificial structures appear to be in space. At least at this range, there's nothing with an active power source. Or she wouldn't be able to see like a small dead satellite at this range. But it doesn't seem there's anything actively pinging off subspace or with a massive power source in orbit of any of the planets.
That's all I got for questions for right now.
Okay. That's all you can get at long range aim sensors. If there's no objections, we will jump straight into the system.
Can I get one more like close range scan, like right before we're completely in the system?
You would jump in at the edge of the system, and then you'll get a detailed scan of everything in the system. Yeah, this is like a scan from like light years ahead at a day in advance.
So yeah, Elle will just ask the captain if we can stop on the edge of the system so I can get a detailed scan.
That's fine.
Okay, new scene. As the Svalinn and drops out of warp at the far edge of the system. Base difficulties 2 if you want to get it more or advanced scans. We can do a scale 3 or scale 4 scan.
Let's go ahead and do a scale.
Scale what?
Scale 3.
All right.
And then the ship brings it down
we have
to 2.
advanced sensors.
Yep. Advanced sensors brings it down to 2.
Alright, and talent testing a theory gets me the extra die.
Correct.
And sensor operations is the focus.
Yep.
Hoping to generate some momentum.
Well, there's already some momentum there. Let's see if the ship gets us any more. But there's at least one momentum generated as you're actually within the system. You get a more detailed scan of the system. Delta Leonis I, and still kind of boring. I mean, there's some tin, lots of iron deposits. It's gold, silicates. It's various crystals, metals. So it would be a mining drove.
How rich in these materials?
It is very, very rich and it's very rich. More of the heavier stuff is down in the core. So because this planet isn't geologically active, but Federation, especially in the 24th century, has mining technologies that could crack that planet and get the materials from deep down. It is very rich and lucrative.
Definitely want to say something to mining operations, Corps of Engineers about that.
Interesting thing on Delta Leonis II, there appears to be an earthquake happening right now. It's a minor one on magnitude 8 along the equatorial region, but you definitely pick up, hey, that's the telltale sign of an earthquake.
Magnitude 8, and you called it a small one?
I mean, it's not like world ending, but yeah. Also, at the same time, there is some interesting. There's an unusual wave band, and coming from the star, you're unable to isolate it, and you would need to do like an extended task to figure that signal out.
Say that again. What was that?
There's an interesting EM band and frequency coming from the star that is unusual, but at this point you're not going to be able to really pin that down until you take an extended task.
Okay.
But it's like, huh, that's weird.
He will say, Captain, there's a unusual EM band signal coming from the sun. I'd like to take a closer look at it.
You could do that while we're investigating the colony. Maldon, bring us to a high orbit of the planet.
Aye, Cap. Bring the Svalinn into high orbit around the planet.
Yep. There is nothing in particular keeping you from doing that. Svalinn is brought into a high orbit. Detailed surface scans. Detailed surface scans of the planet itself.
Scanning for life forms.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Difficulty 2. Ship sensor science. So brought down to difficulty 1.
I already rolled it, but I still gotta get the ship roll.
Yep. There we go.
There.
All right. It's a very dry planet. Most of it's savanna and a plains. There's some mountains in the northern southern latitudes, but the equatorial region is fairly flat with one noticeable mountain range. Plant-based life. There's some local wildlife around, and you see a small colony, a small collection of artificial buildings, and 50 humanoid life forms.
Captain, there are life forms.
Can you specify what kind of life forms?
They are humanoid.
For your science question, I could break that down for you.
Sure.
Any chance we could get some form of video of them so we don't just go to.
Yes, you would be able to get a video feed from high orbit. That is approximately the breakdown. Now, there might be some more nuances in between some of the groups, but
Is that it?
we're looking at 20 humans, 3 benzites, 6 Vulcans, 4 Tellarites, and 15 Beta Z life forms.
Oh, I didn't see the 20. It's okay.
Any additional science questions you would like to ask for momentum?
A question about the higher orbited. These people look like they're like kind of form of travel because they haven't been dark for 50 years, so there's chances that they could degrade in a way, if you catch what I'm saying.
I'll take that for momentum.
Ah, okay.
There is very limited power or signals available. Normally on a colony, they'll have a fusion plant that provides a lot of power, and it's kicking up a lot of energy that you can see from orbit. You're not seeing that. Instead, you're seeing a large array of solar panels, and we're looking at approximately 500 to 600 watts per person, when normally in the Federation, and we're talking 20,000 watts per person. So if they are living in the modern age, they've definitely stripped down a lot. And there's no obvious sign of a fusion power plant. but looking down on the surface, it looks like they have built prefab shelters and a couple of wooden shelters around them. Also, there is smoke and collapsed buildings visible from your cameras.
There ain't injuries.
You are unable to tell from orbit.
My guess is there is because there was a megaton earthquake.
Can we tell the source of the earthquake?
You were only able to catch the briefest glance of it, so it's hard to pin in down, but for one momentum I can give you a general range.
Is there anything of scientific interest on the planet?
There is.
I'll give you one momentum to tell me what that is.
An unusual energy a signature deep within the core. You're just picking up a very faint resonance of it through the mantle and through the crest. It is unknown if this is a low band and radioactive effect, or if this is something very powerful deep within the core, but you're definitely picking up a faint radioactive signature across the band coming from the planet.
I will pull Maldon over and just tell him, if there's any way we could get a closer look at this? Any suggestions?
Just from my looking at it, is this gonna cause any sort of? Is this like a? Is this something that would hurt someone if we were to go down to the planet or anything like that?
Reason, medicine, and difficulty 2.
Not good. No,
With Bog, when
Or for one momentum, then we can have Dr. Bog, NPC answer that.
Let's have Dr. Bog NPC answer that.
All right. L, you forward the information to Dr. Bog. It is extremely low band, and it is not ionizing, so you should be safe down there for 12 hours or more. Or he still suggests anti-rad treatment for all the away team members. But beaming down should be no issues. This is a very low band frequency. You're barely able to catch it. But as you are dealing with this, comms pipes up and says, "Sir, we're getting a primitive distress signal. Oh, SOS."
Captain, we're getting SOS.
On screen.
It's not on screen. It's just us. It's Federation equivalent to Morse code.
Well, what does it say?
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, it's basically a general distress call. Oh, very primitive, a very early code that most space traveling enthusiasts would know. And it's basically just a very small repeating signal all sent on any subspace frequency they can find.
Beep, 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 beep,
Okay.
beep, 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 beep.
Prepare a runabout. And a way team to go to the planet.
Captain, I would say maybe send extra security because we don't know what's going on there.
L volunteers.
I can go. Yeah, I can go. I just need more than just myself down there. I can get someone from my team.
Yeah, you'll have full charge of who goes down, including some medical personnel to assist.
Yeah, of course.
All right, who's
Right.
coming? Who's going?
I'm def going.
How's it going?
To go or not to go? That is the question.
Maddox, would you be going on the away mission?
Probably be.
That's up to the captain.
I think L would be better off on the ship to investigate the thing on the sun.
He was actually wanting to have Peterson do that.
So you're splitting the forces. You're going to go down the planet and see each of it in person.
Yeah, I'm still thinking if I should go with it or not. You know, I think I'll stay on the ship and see if we can find someone to.
Okay. L is going. Maldon, would you be flying the shuttle?
Oh, we're going down by shuttle? Yeah, if we're going down in the Delta Flyer,
You're going down by
you're
about
damn right. I'm going down in the shuttle.
Yes, sadly, yeah, taking the runabout.
Just in case there's an evac needed.
Yeah, and it could carry more medical supplies than a Delta Flyer.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll go down with the shuttle.
You know, I still feel like this is a very small group, especially after what happened with the Orions. 3 people on an away mission.
You're gonna have more.
So discretion was the name of the game on that particular mission as well. So.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll have a security and medical detachment with you.
Okay. A semi. To bring a security detail with you. You know, let's go ahead and do present security difficulty 2 to assemble your team.
All right. Two.
Excellent. As you manage to gather together security team in with you. And in lieu of our doctor, Air Commander Calder, go ahead and give me a presence command and difficulty 2 to assemble the medical team.
Take a threat.
Okay.
I have leadership as a focus.
That'll work. Okay, as you get all of the momentum.
Wow.
Good thing too. And Calder, did you want Maddox on the ship or on the surface?
I'd say on the ship.
Aye, sir.
And if we do need you on, then we could just beam you down.
Excellent. And is there any special equipment that you would like to bring? Photon grenades, Type 3 phasers, airs, body armor, or medical equipment, I suppose.
I think medical equipment might be helpful.
Okay. For 1 momentum, and we can have the runabout outfitted with medical equipment, stretchers, triage, and basic medical equipment.
Plus, I'm gonna assume Bog is gonna be there.
Okay, sounds good. L or Semi, is there any extra equipment you would like to bring along?
I am checking books right now, so give me a moment.
Yeah, I might take a phaser rifle because I don't know what's down there.
Okay. Let me double check, but I believe a phaser rifle is 1-on-1.
Yeah, one opportunity, one escalation. That sounds right. For a Type 3.
Let me check. I thought I might. There it is.
I got the book right here.
No, I got a tab open. Two escalation. That seems high.
Ooh.
So yeah, that will cost you 1 momentum, and I will get 2 threat for you to have a phaser rifle.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. That is just for you. If you want to equip your team, it'll be 1 more momentum.
I don't want to go in that hot. I just want it just to be sure.
Okay.
Anyone have any suggestions for additional science equipment besides a tricorder?
I might have a suggestion.
All ears.
Mass spectrometer and a seismometer.
Oh. Are they in the science book or the regular book?
I don't think they're in the book, like in general, but I can foresee a mass spectrometer of peering into a planet and figure out what it's made out of.
Okay, let's bring that.
Yep.
what was the other thing?
Seismometer, seismograph, I think is the proper term.
Okay. So what? Yeah, both of those would be helpful.
All right. And of course, Maldon, besides the shuttle, was there anything you wanted to bring?
No,
Okay.
shuttle's good enough.
At your leisure, you may disembark.
Well, it is an SOS signal, so ASAP.
Yeah, of course. Do you want me to go in first, or do you want the medical team to go in first? Because we don't know what's there.
Oh, and either L or Semi, it could be a weight team leader. I'll have you guys hash that out, or the captain could just bop someone with it. Who's in command of the weight team?
Semi is a rank above, but Semi's brand new to the ship, so it's definitely a captain's discretion.
Yeah.
She currently is the highest. Well, Bog would be the highest, I think, because he does have the rank of commander.
Yeah, but if he's not, as a medical, doesn't always assume mission commander, but just on rank, unless like a medical mission.
Well, this is going on for relief efforts in a way.
But
Well,
Bog's
Bog-
also AFK, so
Yeah, Bog out of character is too busy to deal with this. So
yeah, I know. The lieutenant is in charge.
Okay. Then I'll definitely come out in front, going to wherever we're going.
okay. To disembark from the ship and land and near the settlement. This settlement is an unguided landing, since they don't have a beacon or a tower to guide you in. And so control con, difficulty 2, difficulty 3, complication 2, assisted by the Ericsson's engines con. Not that this should be difficult. I have all faith in you, Maldon, but yeah, it's going to take a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and grab additional dice.
With threat or momentum?
In order to get all my stuff, I need to do it with threat. So
All right.
I'll go ahead and leave that momentum alone.
One threat for a third dice.
Yes. 2. Because they are currently experiencing an earthquake. What luck. Control con 3 dice. Boom. Can someone get the shuttle?
You're currently in the Ericsson runabout.
I got it. Engines con.
You generate 1 and 2 in momentum. You also have bold con. Would you like to re-roll that complication?
Absolutely.
Still better.
Still better than was. All right, so we got 1 momentum from extra and 1 momentum from all fingers and thumbs. We have 1 float. As you bring the Erickson down to the surface, and as you pass through the clouds, and fly over and do like a flyover pass of the settlement, it does indeed look like this place was hit recently by an earthquake. It seems every horizontal surface has been covered in solar panels of various degrees of construction. And there is a hydraulic plant made in the waterway. As you settle down the field, how close are you getting? 100 meters or 500 meters? You take a whole hike in
Wherever there would be a clean place to land, I guess. Like there would be an opening and maybe like a grassland or something like that.
Yep, there's openings all over the place.
Probably just outside whatever this wall would be, I think.
Okay, just outside the wall. As the Erickson and sets down, and you are greeted as you're setting down. A small cadre of people come out to greet you. A couple humans, and one of them in fine clothing and stepping out towards you.
Okay, I'll tuck my weapons behind because like we don't need them, so I'll just put it like I'll just sling it over my shoulder and then come up.
Yep. You already paid the cost for it, so you can have that out of sight, but that's still on hand if things happen.
Okay.
As everyone steps out. Greetings! Welcome to our quaint little town. I'm assuming you got our message finally.
We got a general distress signal. What seems to be the issue?
We've been stranded on this planet for 20 years now without a fusion plant.
What happened?
This planet seems to be a lot more geologically active than we anticipated, and the earthquakes have been getting worse over the years. About 20 years ago, our fusion plant was hit devastatingly, and a critical component was broken. We haven't been able to fix it, or indeed even get our replicators powered up enough to replicate a replacement part.
Okay. How are your solar panels holding up? I actually have some practice with that.
They're doing as well as we can, and we've kind of scrounged and fabricated as much as we could.
Okay.
But it's not enough to power on any modern technology.
Right. Well, I have. Well, we are, just in orbit. Is there anything that you need of us at this moment? We have a medical team if you need anyone who needs to be checked out.
We do have some injured from that last quake. Like, I'm sure our doctor would love some assistance with that. We also have some damaged buildings. If there's any way you can help reinforce them.
I have a little bit of practice with repairing things on a short notice, but I'll see what I can do. My fellows here, they might be able to help a little more. Because I can't do it all by myself. And you obviously don't have the ability right now because of everything going on.
Oh, how rude of me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Franklin Azir. I am the mayor of this town, if you would.
Okay, Mr. Azir. Like my friend here said, we would like to meet your scientists, meet everything that's going on, see if there's any information that we don't have when we just arrived. Anything else we can grab, and then we'll start on our way to help you.
Please, help any way you can. And he directs the medical team towards it's not so much a hospital as it is as a one-room shack that has been made into a hospital. But they are brought in there. There's 15 injured. They're to various degrees. One person severely injured, and they begin helping on that.
Okay. I'm gonna turn back to the security team. Guys, if you could follow me, and we'll start doing whatever repairs we can do that we can help at least.
Yes, sir. You seem a little out of place, but they have hazard training, so they can help search for missing people and that kind of stuff.
Right. We're just trying to be as helpful as we can right now.
In answer to your question, scientist is kind of a stretch, but we do have our lead civic engineer, Thash. He should have an idea of what's going on.
That would work just fine.
And lead you to the appropriate places. He leads you to a grumpy old Tellarite. Who is hip deep into the hydro plant and is banging on a gear with a wrench trying to get it to turn. Yes?
I gotta think for a second. I remember how to deal with the Tellarite species. So a second. Hey, down there, I'd like to talk to you.
Talk all you want. I'm busy. Clang. Clang. Clang.
Well, you come talk to me. Maybe I can make you a little less busy.
And with one final clang, the gear begins turning, and the hydraulic plant begins whirling back to life, generating power. And that was when... Actually... Semi, as you and your people are doing patrols in the city, there's downed buildings, you're doing tricorders trying to find people, and you've already rescued 2 people from underneath the rubble already. It is at this point that you hear the hum of power being generated and energizing the lines. One of those lines is down and begins sparking and arcing right in front of you and your crew.
I'm gonna try to stop them and try to back up a little bit. Watch out, guys. There's a loose wire. I don't think we want to go that way right now.
You're gonna need a daring security difficulty 3 as the wire arcs towards you.
Security, you said?
Yep, daring security.
Can I buy another dice?
Would you like to use
momentum?
Yep. 1 dice with momentum.
Cool. Can I use a focus of athletics to get out of the way?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. That's 4.
Generated 1 momentum. And
so
back.
It was momentum wash. It was worth it to use it because it just basically come back.
Yep. As you definitely dodge out of the way and tackle one of your team members, or just before they get hit by the discharge as well. So far, all your crew and all the civilians seem to be out of range, but you still have a live wire here that is sparking dangerously.
Can I tricorder to see where the power's coming from?
Reason engineering difficulty 2.
No, I didn't get it.
You cannot tell. Oh, just somehow the city's infrastructure kicked on, and this line was as live.
Can I start cornering the area just to make sure no one goes in? Kind of fan out and set up markers or whatever.
Yep, like hazard markers.
Yeah.
You do have a team aim with you, so that's gonna lower the difficulty. Would you be doing this yourself, or would you be ordering your team?
Yeah, I would be ordering the team to basically flank out so we're less exposed overall, because we could all come from an angle to make sure that it's not anywhere near us.
All right, presence security difficulty 1. And there it is. As you've managed to cordon off the live wire, or you have 2 people go around the block to block from the other end of the street.
Only we had our engineers, they can actually know where these going from.
You do have a communicator.
Yeah. I'll try to hit the communicator and call up to the ship, basically. See if they... yeah. I'll call up to the ship, because they might know where the power surge is.
Communication goes through loud and clear.
Hey, this is Assembly with the ground team. There was a loose wire that just turned on randomly. There might have been a power surge. Did you guys read anything up there?
Calder or Maddox, you can answer.
Would we have detected it?
Yes, as you'd be able to tell that the hydro plant is working again, and that's probably what caused the power surge.
Sensors indicate the hydro plant is back online and operational. That's probably where your power came from.
All right, thank you. We'll contact you when we hear anything. It seems that their fusion reactor seemed to break down maybe 20 years ago. So I'm not sure where that is. And the earthquakes they told us are getting worse. We keep readings to make sure that the next one isn't that much worse, because otherwise we won't have a time limit here.
Understood. If the quakes are getting worse, then repairing the reactor may only delay the inevitable.
Right. It might be prudent to think that maybe we should start evacuating these guys.
I'll relay that to the captain. That may not be a valid option.
Yeah. Okay. We'll keep you updated if we feel anything down there. Right, and then I'll turn off the communication. And then I'll probably have to go back to what was his name? Azif, to know where the hydroelectric engine was.
Azir is not with you, but if you communicate anyone else on the way team, they can point you in that direction.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. Maldon, you get a hail mail from Seme.
Maldon.
Hey, we had some electrical surge over here. One of the wires that was down turned back on. I think the hydroelectric got turned back on somehow. So that might be a danger. I cordoned off the area, so no one should get close to it. That it should be that. But if you could turn off this area, we could maybe start cleaning up.
Thash hears you over the comms and just screams over the communicator. What sector are you in?
Can I look around to see if I can figure out what sector I'm in?
Insight Con difficulty 1.
Nope.
You are completely a loss. All the buildings things look the same. There's not really any road signs.
I can't. I'm not really sure. We weren't that far in. We're south of the river. That's all I can really know.
What was your name? Benzite? He points to you, Maldon.
Maldon. Lieutenant Maldon.
Maldon, if you can and coordinate with her and find out where she is, I can then cut off the power and have some of my guys fix that.
Sure. Can do.
And for you, Maldon, Insight Con difficulty E3.
Insight Con Diff 3. Boom. We are gonna take a momentum to get an extra dice.
Okay. Do you have any applicable focuses or talents?
Depends on how I am assisting here. Are they taking stuff off of the shuttle right now, or can I take the shuttle up and then kind of figure out where she's at?
The shuttle, the shuttle is being used, but you could use your tricorder to navigate to her.
Okay, closest thing I'm going to have for that is sensor imaging. Is that applicable?
I will allow that.
Okay, and I do have a focus.
Tricorder could find each other's tricorder or comm badges.
Yep.
Did you want to put the thing that shows me what to roll up, or just have me roll?
Either way, yeah, you can roll.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm being inconsistent with the task roll prompt.
Yep.
Difficulty 3, but you managed to get it. Walking through the streets, it's, as seen here, kind of a rough grid, but through your insight in navigation and just knowing maps, after you manage to figure out a small pattern here or there in the mid-southern waterfront. And you turn the corner and see Semi is opposite of you. And the two security guards are here, and in the middle is a live power line.
Okay. I'll relay that information across.
Information is relayed. And Ash goes to the city power line. Iron system hits a few switches and suddenly as it started, the power line stopped sparking. Quick tricorder scan and shows that it is indeed powered off.
Perfect.
Thash claps his hands, yells at a couple people to go to that area and fix that power line, and then turns his attention to you, Al. So, you're the ones who picked up on our signal?
Yeah, so before we get into the conversation, could L have a theory as to, based on watching the seismic activity, have a theory as to what's causing it? Or how to solve it?
Not a lot of information, but you could take a wild stab at it. Insight Science difficulty 5.
You know what? Let's give it a try.
Yeah, this is purely just I'm stabbing in the dark, but this is kind of what I'm thinking.
Give that a try. Insight Science difficulty 5. Alright. Let's use determination. A theory for every situation.
Definitely applicable.
I would have to go with research as far as a focus possible.
At increased complication.
I will be right back.
Okay. Increased complication. Already have an extra die, or from the determination. But let's go ahead and give you one threat and give you. Oh shoot, gotta do this the other way. Okay. Let's do two momentum and 3 threat. Get the extra 2 dice.
Okay.
And then I am going to use my Star Cross as well.
And that's the double the focus range?
Correct.
All right. So anything below a 10 counts as 2 hits.
Correct.
Go ahead. All right, so that is another hit on that at 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and a complication. Do you have a means of re-rolling?
I don't. So, I mean, if we got 7 successes, I can the extra 2 to burn the complication.
Yep. Spend the 2 generator to quash. This is way out there, theoretical, but you think that it has something to do with the weird energy signatures you found both in the star and the planet, and something is generating radiation deep in the planet, and it's causing seismic shifts.
So, if we could find a way to remove this radiation that's causing the seismic shifts, things would return back to normal?
Correct.
Okay.
You know, all you have to do is just redo the chemistry of an entire star. Should be easy.
Yeah, not a problem. I'll look at the teller. It says it might be possible to stop the earthquakes.
Oh, really? What did you and you fancy pants have in mind? Going to fire a tachyon on field at it? Bounce a graviton particle beam off the main deflector dish?
Not quite, but you'd be surprised what I can do with our deflector dish.
Look, I'm a simple man, and I make simple things. I'm just trying to keep this place as powered and as stable as I can. If you can and help with that, awesome. If you can't, and please kindly get out of the way.
Well, let me speak to my captain, and I will see what I can do.
You do that, son. And he claps you awkwardly on the shoulder and stares at the wings. And that's all the comment he makes, and walks away to do other repairs.
All right. L will hit the communicator. L to Svalinn.
Calder, you receive a hail from the away team.
Yes.
This is L. I think there might be a way to stabilize the planet. They'll go into the theory based on what he saw earlier and try to explain it to the captain as best as he can.
I think your abilities would be better off assisting us on the ship if you find with a beam up.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll calm the transporter them to and tell L to be prepared for beam up.
Transporter room reports ready, sir.
Okay, beam up L.
Energizing.
Hey, quick thing, GM. I uploaded the I put the interior token for the runabout if you ever want to use it in the journal thing
Oh,
on
nice.
our auxiliary craft.
Uploaded in the journal thing.
Yes, underneath the Slifnir.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you just gotta.
All right. We can make use of that as L is beamed up to the ship. Meanwhile, in orbit, L is brought back up to the ship and makes his way to the bridge.
Okay, do you think you'll be able to do this in swift time?
How much short of a time?
Well, not short, swift.
I will give him an estimate, but probably add about 40% of the time he thinks it's going to take to his estimate.
You're not even at the estimation stage. You are still at the I need to
Yeah.
figure out more what's going on before I can figure out how to counteract it.
Yeah, that's what I
So
was thinking. So
Yeah, you're getting Pat's assistant to assist you.
yeah, you're talking anywhere between I can get this done in 3 hours or I can get this done in 3 years. You're not entirely sure what you're dealing with.
all right, so he'll say it could be 3 hours, it could be 3 years. I won't know until I get started on it.
Okay.
All right, so he'll head to the science lab.
All right. In that case, let's start off with the scientific method. To start us off, and anyone on the table can and participate and throw out ideas. We will use one crew support to have Patterson help because that makes sense. Our first stage is to throw out ideas of focuses that might be in a problem or might help in this situation. They don't have to be focuses that you have, just basically an idea of, I think seismology might be a suspect, or I think ink X might be a suspect. And we are looking for a short list of 3 to 5 focuses is to start with.
Quantum mechanics.
Okay.
I guess it would be radiology.
Okay.
I'll be right back as well.
Any other suggestions from anyone at the table?
I mean, if there was a better word than seismology.
Seismology or planetary physics.
Planetary physics sounds right.
Okay.
You get like 10 for the first initial list, right?
You can put as many down as you want, but you can only put anywhere from 3 to 5 in the hat at a time.
Okay.
But if you want multiple hats, that might help.
Yeah, but we do need a few more. We probably need at least 2 more minimum. Come on, everyone. Anyone else that got any ideas?
Astrophysics.
Astrophysics.
Sensor
Experimental
operation.
No.
What were you saying, Maddox?
experimental technology, perhaps.
Ooh. You throw that one in for a bit. That'll be our wild card right there.
Okay.
All right, there's a hat right there. Five.
Final answer?
Yes.
Yes, one of these focuses will apply. And now you pick one of the focuses and try running with it.
Planetary physics.
Okay. Now you're going to be doing a reason science roll, and each time interval is going to be 2 hours. You may spend a momentum to cut that in half. If you generate any, and you're trying to swing for or anywhere between 1 to 10, maybe 10, maybe higher air successes. And at the end of each roll, I'll say yes, you hit it, or keep trying. And it's up to you to decide if you want to continue down the same path, or if you are going to switch it up and try researching something else. And the ship's computer will assist with computer science.
And we also, since L's chief science work in the chief science department, doesn't that give him an advantage?
Your advantage edge from your position is a free question. But you do have Patterson available who can assist on rolls.
I'm back.
So you are just trying to swing for the fences.
Okay, so reason science, what is it?
Reason science assisted by computer science, difficulty unknown.
Difficulty unknown. Okay.
As you're trying to swing for the fences and see if this is a viable path.
Do this. All right.
No pressure. You know, just alive of an entire colony, 50 people, lived here for 50 years, made their lives here.
Yeah. Well.
No pressure.
We have no momentum, and I use the determination now. I don't know if Calder might want to give me a determination. But
or
if not,
you can you can and start dumping threat, or you can just roll easy and just roll 2 dice and see what happens.
No, I'm going to dump threat if that's what it comes down to. Okay, so research focus.
No. In order for this to work, you have to use a planetary physics focus.
Okay. What Patterson? Oh, and by the way, there's still 2 upgrades that need to be spent on him still.
You can slap him on right now if you want. If you want to give him another focus, or if you want to give him a talent, or just increase one of his numbers.
Let's give him the planetary focus. Why not?
Sure. He minored in that. That's totally a thing.
Yeah, and he has astrophysics. So,
Yeah, that would make sense.
so just keep. I mean, I could spend the 2 elsewhere and just use the astrophysics for the focus.
No, for this run is planetary physics. Because you're running with planetary physics and you're gonna buckle down. Okay, let's research everything we have on planetary physics and try to see how far we can get this. If you want, you could have Patterson take the lead on this so he can use his focus more effectively.
Me, 1 minute. I need to look something.
All right. I'm also gonna look up focuses for Patterson Sports. Also, if someone else wants to pick up Patterson's sheet and start role playing him.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Take talent, dedicated focus on astrophysics.
Dedicated focus, astrophysics. Okay. Patterson also has a determination, and if he has a value, he can spend a determination on rolls.
Does have 1 value already.
Yep. So, he could take a swing at this.
Then let's see. Then let's give him unconventional thinking. Oh, yeah, that's just to adapt technology.
Didn't you also want to give him a focus? Because the focus counts as a activation.
He's got the astrophysics already.
Okay. So we're not going to give him planetary focus?
No, because you said the astrophysics work.
That's if you want to run on the research down the astrophysics lane.
Okay, yeah, then let's do the planetary one. Fine.
I mean, it's up to you. You're the lead scientist. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Planetary physics. And you added the talent already.
Yep.
So that's 2 upgrades. So burn that note. Back page. All right. His values is always curious.
If he takes the lead on this, I will accept that.
All right. So use determination. Focus in planetary physics.
Okay.
Then actually, well, because I was doing this for this switch on the talent, let's switch that astrophysics to the planetary physics.
So the dedicated focus in planetary physics?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
All right.
Any additional dice for Patterson?
Yeah, might as well do the dice dump as well. We're going all out. So, add the 5 threat.
5 threat for 5 dice.
Then
And then L himself can assist, and the computers or science can assist.
someone want to get the ship?
Yeah, I got you. Oof, unless someone else gets it.
Like the sound of that. Ooh.
What's the role in the ship again?
Computer science.
Computers science.
Yeah, the ship's not really reasonable. It can crunch numbers for you though. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And apply that talent.
Yep. And the talent gives you +2 momentum.
For each success that generates 2 successes.
Yep. Would that stack on? I don't think that would stack on the top of the determination.
I believe the whole point of the talent is to stack.
I'll allow it to...
Well, not on determination, but on the overall score. So,
so that's 2 momentum. Yeah.
2 momentum, and then the overall success count, which would be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
9 successes. As of this point, it is inconclusive. Meanwhile, back on the planet. Asemi, what would you be doing at this time?
After having everything and making sure that the wire actually got repairs so I can actually walk through, probably I would check through the town just one more time to make sure no one else was trapped in the rubble.
Okay.
Probably.
We can do that really quickly as waffling between 2 attributes. Insight security difficulty 4, as there's a lot of ground to cover and you're only so big of a team.
Can I buy another dice with threat?
1 dice for threat. Do you have any focuses that would apply?
Would ground tactics? Because I would be splitting out the party to make sure.
Yeah, ground tactics. Doing a sweep of the area, checking for life signs. Cool. Yeah, I'll accept that.
3.
You are unsure, or it's gonna take a while. To clear this out. I could have you succeed at cost and just say, hey, you're gonna be at this for a better part of 3 hours.
I can do that.
Okay, so better part of 3 hours sweeping the town, making sure everything's Ing's clear. As you are doing this, as you get a couple of the locals saying, "And what's this I hear about an evacuation?"
We're not sure what's going on yet. We're trying to see if we can fix what's going on with the planet. Maybe have less earthquakes, and then we can actually think about things. We sent our scientist back up. He's looking into it now.
You're not gonna take us from our homes, are you? We've put our life
as
and
much as
blood
I can
here.
help it. We're going to make sure you have your home. Personally, I would have fought for my home. As you understand, we're going to continue to try to fight and make sure that your home is safe and livable.
A couple more people will start gathering around you, asking tough questions.
Trying to answer them well.
Give me a presence command. I'm going to say difficulty 3, just to calmly and collectively explain the situation and all that.
We'll try. I'll buy another dice with momentum this time.
And complication range 3.
Range 3. I can do.
And we're spending momentum for third dice.
Yep.
All right.
Ooh, he spent some.
Nope.
Ouch.
Do you have a means of re-rolling that?
Do you have bold?
I have bold security.
Not gonna help you here. Bold
And I have dauntless.
I'm not sure how that reads.
What's dauntless?
Dauntless might apply here. That is a general talent, I believe.
Yeah.
When resist being intimidated or threatened, that would apply in this situation. You may roll
So
one.
I'll roll another dice.
Yep, roll another dice.
Okay.
You got 2, but still got the complication. Yeah. Do you want to spend a determination on that, or are we letting it sit?
I'll use a determination.
On what value?
Proud and honest.
You are definitely being honest. Yes, right now. I will accept that.
Cool. Completely forget how to use determination because I haven't used it in forever.
At this point, it just allows you to re-roll any number of your dice.
Okay, so I'm gonna re-roll 2.
No, at this point, you only want to re-roll that second zero because you already rolled the.
No,
So
it's
just re-roll.
You can re-roll. Oh, no, that's an extra dice. So they rolled 4 total because the Dauntless kicked in.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So I want to re-roll 2. If I can.
Yep, you can re-roll 2.
It's 3 successes. Still 1 complication.
Still 1 complication. How am I going to deal with this? Generally, you seem to get the point across, and they begrudgingly a step back and ho hum, and one of them says, "I'm gonna go check on my family," and then three of them go off in a very specific direction.
There's not much I can do to assuage their fears so much. So I'm just going to continue to try to see if I can find anyone else who is, trapped by the earthquake or anything else like that.
Yep. Maldone, at this time, what would you be doing?
Just keeping the ship hot.
Yep. All the medical gear has been taken off. There's a triage center set up next to the ship. There are 2 critical members that have to be brought back on board for our medical or surgery.
Okay.
Dr. Bog, would be greatly appreciated if you could take them to the Svalinn.
All right. We can't just beam them up. Just wondering.
It would be faster because the shuttles do have transporters, so they can do point to point.
That would help. Yeah. He can just beam them up through the shuttle.
Perfect.
On the ship, on the Svalinn, I'm going to need a control engineering. Normally base 2. So he's going to go from the transporter pad and on the Ericsson and to directly to sick bay, or you just want to do pad to pad?
Pad to pad seems like the.
Yeah. If you're just doing pad to pad, that's not even going to be a roll. As he and his patients are brought up to the surface, or brought up to the Svalinn. Captain, you have not heard anything out of the science lab for the past couple hours, and you haven't heard much from down on the surface.
I'm gonna ask for a status report from the ground team.
Semi, you are being hailed.
I am. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'll hit the communicator. Yeah, what's up?
Status report.
There were some of the villagers came up and they were trying to ask questions about evacuations and that they didn't really want to leave their home. I told them that we were trying to do as much as we can to make sure that they don't leave, but a few of them seemed unhappy last I saw. Right now I'm still checking to make sure that I got everyone, make sure everyone came out alive, anything I can do that way. But I did see 3 seem to go off in a very, very heated, directed motion. So I'm going to have to deal with that.
Okay. Continue as well. See if you could maybe side them over on evac in case we can't find a solution.
I'll try my best. They don't really seem too happy with that prospect, but I'll keep trying to see what we can do.
I might also bring down some engineering to give them assistance on some parts that they don't have.
Yeah, of course, that would be great.
Okay. Who are you sending down and help? Generic engineering team or Maddox?
Oh, I'm gonna tell Matt about it and let him choose.
I can take the same down then, Captain.
I make it so.
Sir.
I open up. I now calm the L and get a status support from him.
Ask for support on what?
What's your status on the on your work?
I will tell the captain I'm still working on it.
Okay. Notify me when you've discovered something.
These calculations take very precise measures and takes time to properly determine.
That's why I am going to. That's why I pretty much just said you call me when you found something instead of me calling you constantly.
Will do.
I can continue as you are.
Okay. And the plan was Maddox to go down to the surface?
Yes, it sounds like Maddox chose to go down with a handful full of parts.
Okay. As Maddox, you're beamed down to the approximate location of the hydro plant. This technology definitely looks dated and jury rigged, but considering what they had to work with, this is kind of impressive.
Hostile technology.
Yep. Grizzly old Tellarite in overalls and is covered in soot and grease. He just walks up to you. So, you're here to help?
I'm here to offer whatever assistance you need.
Finally. Hey, we have power lines down across town. That's been taken care of. I generally have several old buildings things that need to either be reinforced or brought totally to the ground lest they collapse on someone.
So we can split on up to give us.
All right. Which one would you like to work on?
I would say power lines would probably be the priority at the moment.
Okay. Do you have a team aim with you?
Yes, wonderful.
Let's spend a little on this. Control engineering, difficulty 3, complication 3. And you do have your engineering teams with you. You can use that as a advantage.
Knock one off the difficulty.
All right. Any specific tools you would use for this?
if I recall, his multi-tool also moves a diff.
Yeah, the multi a tool will definitely help on helping with power lines and removing bolts, and screwing stuff in.
We'll go ahead and use that one momentum for a third die.
Okay.
I'll re-roll that one.
Oh, I was gonna have fun with that. Shucks. As working in throughout the neighborhoods, you're able to get power lines, and they're basically a power lines above ground, but they're actual plasma conduits. It's like you would use on a starship, just lower grade. One of your ensigns and almost touches as a live wire, but you caught it just in time. He said, no, don't do that. And you caught him just in time before he electrified himself very badly. But with that, you're able to get the power grid for the entire town back together.
And make sure and go inform the Tellurite that status has been addressed.
Very well. You Starfleet type, I seem to do good work.
From what I'm saying here, you're the one that's doing the impressive work.
Still can't do anything for a fusion generator. We've been starved for energy here. We can't even get replicators working.
I believe we could probably help you with that.
I'd appreciate that if we can get and get there. Right this way. And he leads you to the fusion plant, which is just outside of town, but connected to the power grid. This is ostensibly about a shipping container size device that uses hydrogen fracked from the river and infuses it together to make power. Older design, but very sturdy, very rugged, and they've been using this on startup colonies and research stations for decades, up into the early 24th century. To diagnose the problem, use an engineering pretty well. Reason engineering difficulty 4, complication 2. To thoroughly look over the thing and figure out what's wrong and what needs to be replaced.
I assume we'll use the engineering team as an advantage.
Yep.
And so this is diagnosis. So the multi-tool is not going to work there, right?
No, it's not.
Okay, I'll use one momentum for a third die.
There is no momentum left, so 1 threat.
Shouldn't I have generated 2 momentum off of the power line 6?
Oh yes, I misread that because we brought down the difficulty by a lot. Thank you for that. Okay, 1 momentum.
And I think he also brings it down 2 again because of his stuff.
The multi-tool is not going to help here.
Apologies.
I will reroll the 1.
Diff 3, and you hit it. There's a very specialized ice focus crystal that is used to keep the particle streams in line. It is very difficult to replicate, but possible. But without that crystal, the particle streams are too unfocused, and they don't hit each other, and they don't fuse. So, key component that was cracked and fractured. He seems to have fixed the housing around it. It looks like when an earthquake hit, it shook and twisted the thing, and it cracked the housing and cracked the crystal. Oh, that was focusing the beam.
Do I have to replicate one on the ship and beam it down?
Yep. Up to... I'm gonna make this a ship roll. You will basically be on the tricorder, or drawing up the exact specs that you need and sending it up to the ship for your crews is to do and bring it back down. So you are doing this remotely, and possibility of error there. Oops. And then ship. Presence engineering difficulty 3, complication 2. One complication is just the fact that you are trying to tell a replicator what to do from orbit, and you're not actually there. And part of the complication is just trying to describe precisely to engineers what you need.
I think I will use a determination for this one.
On what value?
Engineering specs or guidelines when in a pinch.
Yeah, you're kind of eyeballing this. I will accept that.
And then I'll use the 1 momentum for a third die.
Since you use the determination, that counts as your 3rd die. So this would be your 4th die. It will be 1 momentum, 1 threat.
That's fine.
Okay.
I will reroll the 1.
Okay. So 2, 3, 5. 2 momentum generated. As after about 15 minutes, it's hashing out exactly what you need. The focal length, the specs, X4 or this thing. Click.
Oh, did you get a ship roll?
Oh yes, the ship does assist with computers engineering. So possibility for more momentum.
Got it. No help. Tried.
I'm not seeing it on my end.
It's 0.
There it is. Server's being slow again.
It's
With that, you have your crystal in hand. Meanwhile, back in orbit. L, you've done 9 successive X's worth of work into the planetary sciences. Do you wish to continue?
Yes.
Very well.
However, recognizing that we haven't gotten a solution at this point, can I split how we do this next 2 hours? Based on successes. Like, if I want to say I want to spend the next 3 successes towards what we were previously doing it, and then if we haven't found it, switch the rest of the successes to something else.
Can't really do that. This is all or nothing. You could do a light roll without spending resources and just kind of bunt it in and see if that would work.
Yeah, I want to aim at 3 more successes.
Okay. And again, I need to add a unknown thing here. We're doing reason in science. L, Patterson's doing reason science. L can assist, and the computer science can assist.
This adds the 9 that we already have, right?
Yeah, this is a continuation of the same research.
Okay. Oh wait, do we get a ship roll on this at all?
Computer science.
Okay. All right. Patterson, add 1 dive for by momentum. Planetary physics focus. Talent, dedicated focus, planetary physics. And there is science. There is his role. Somebody want to grab the ship? I grab my own character.
Yeah, what are we rolling for the ship?
Computer science for the Svalinn.
Computers science. It's Svalinn. No complication range change. It's just normal.
Yep, just normal. I said no complication. Oh no.
Well, it's set to 1. That's the only range it could have been. So I rolled a 20. Oops.
All right, and then we have and that's L. I can't really think of a complication with. I'm gonna say at this point, you are getting frustrated and kind of have tired. So all reason tasks as for UL have an increased complication range of 1.
For L?
Yep, for L and Patterson. as both of you are just tired and stressed out.
After
And
4 hours?
yeah, 4 hours staring at screens and crunching numbers.
All right. So another 2 hours. Going to abandon the planetary physics and go with astrophysics.
Yep, as that research is inconclusive and you're not sure or if that's the way to go. If you want to switch up, we can certainly try.
Yep, switch it up.
Can I assist with the direct?
Yes, you may. Assuming L lets you know that you're switching up the paths. He did ask for a status report.
Well, we said we would let him know when we find some, but I'll give him a status report. Let him know that we're changing the direction of the research. Okay, so with the complication range, is it if we're switching over, does that stick as well?
The complication range increase does stick. That's going to stay until you can and either get some rest or have a doctor look at you.
All right. I bought an extra die already, right?
No, you have not.
Okay. One threat for an extra die for Patterson.
Okay.
On roll 20. Did it roll at least? So I still gotta get my.
Yes. As Patterson did roll, we're waiting on you and the ship with computer science. Okay, we're looking at 4 successes. An Admiral star. Meanwhile, back on the surface.
I thought I'll call it try. Okay, so never mind.
Yep, scene change.
Okay. So what's the result?
At 4 successes, inconclusive.
List.
Maldone, you are keeping the ship hot?
Correct.
Anything else you would like to do? It's been about 6 hours since you landed on the surface. Repair efforts are underway. A Maddox has beamed down and is working on the fusion generator, and a Semi is doing rescue efforts.
I would probably just be looking at ship sensors, seeing if anything changes. Looking mostly at the planet, progress of that earthquake.
Interesting. Go ahead and give me a. Did it? A reason in science difficulty 3, assisted by the Erickson sensor science.
Reason science. Is sensor imaging gonna apply here?
Yes.
Perfect. Standard. I'll go ahead and grab a dice
Okay.
with threat. Ouch.
Oof. I'm just...
It's complications when we have no momentum. It's been bad tonight.
Do you have a means of re-rolling that, or?
Well, I did use threat. So there's that.
That's... I believe that's only aimed with con.
That is, you're correct. That's only with con. Wow.
Determination?
No, not really. Closest thing I got to that would be determination off of know the battlefield, control the battlefield, but we're not really in combat, so I don't know if that one counts.
Yeah, this isn't really a battlefield.
No, not really. So no, not anything that really works. Maybe eager to please, but I don't even have... This isn't an assignment from anyone, so there's not even anyone to attach that to. Much as it pains me, no, not really.
Okay. Complication stands. As you are checking the sensors and trying to cut through some of the resistance and see what's going on inside the planet. A semi rescue efforts appear to be a finish. You swept the entire town, and most people all have been accounted for.
What do you mean by most?
There's two that have died.
Okay, but we have their bodies.
Yeah, you have their bodies.
Okay.
There's 2 dead, but yeah. Otherwise, everyone else has been found, located, and is being treated.
Okay. I'm gonna go after I finished. I remember which direction the people went, right? So I want to go check that out, see what's going on there.
Okay. You go in that direction, and you see that it is the mayor's town hall. They're at the town hall, and Mayor Azir is there, along with a small throng of people who seem to be debating angrily.
I'm gonna go up to see what they're talking about.
We don't need their help. We've been here for 50 years. We can and keep going. I mean, 50 more. Now that we have the fusion generator, or we should just keep them off the planet and let them leave. Yeah, that's why we went this far out of Federation space in the first place. Yes, we don't need no education.
I'm sure they said that far more educated.
Yeah,
in a far more educated way.
Basic disgruntles of rabble. We don't need no big government and peeking in on us. And
Mm-hmm.
someone mentioned that that was the reason why we went this far out.
I'm gonna go, like, actually talk to them. So, Mayor, we just finished up rescue. We recovered any bodies. We made sure everyone was safe, and we sent them to the metal tent if they needed care. What were you all talking about over here?
We were discussing a future or plans for our expansion and new and rationing out use of replicators now that we have those back online.
Isn't that a little hasty? We still have to deal with the earthquakes and everything else. All of this could break in an hour. We don't know.
We are able to care for ourselves.
Then why did you send out a distress call if you didn't need help?
We have gotten all the help that we, and at that point, the ground starts shaking again. I need everyone on the surface to make a Yep. Earthquake. Fitness, medicine. Nah, it's more like security. I might be able to take other or disciplines, but the difficulty is 4.
Can I use con for this one? I'm assuming this is to not bash my head into something.
This is to not bash your head into something.
Oh, not con. Sorry. Yeah, that's definitely going to be.
Yeah. Can I use an athletics focus? And yeah.
Yep. Semi can.
There we go. Can I use control instead of fitness?
Explain how you're using that.
Well, it's more of a balance issue than it is a strength issue.
I will accept that for you, Maldon.
Thank you.
Okay. First things first. Semi. Any extra dice resources we're pulling into this?
I was gonna buy an extra dice with threat.
All right.
So up to 3.
1 extra dice with threat.
And
Hey, GM.
can I use a determination? Let me roll first.
Yes, Calder.
Okay.
Can I give Maldon my determination?
Bless.
You will have to be in communication with him, but you're both on this. You're both in starships.
Oh. Sorry, I'm looking at the map, and it doesn't look like he's at the Ericsson.
No, he was at the Ericsson. That was my bad.
Can I use a determination to use my bold security because it's a security roll technically?
This is a security roll. Oh, you can re-roll with bold security without the determination.
Okay. I'll re-roll 1.
Who all has not used their determination yet?
I have not. Don't really have anything that applies here, though.
No.
Okay.
That's 2.
Final answer?
Don't you have determination?
Do you want to use the determination to re-roll the whole pool?
Yeah. I'll try again.
To what value?
Faith in the Prophets.
Now would be a good time to start praying.
All right, exactly. Nope, still 2.
Oof. Okay.
Let me check.
I'll go ahead and spend a threat for a dice on my pool, though.
Go ahead.
2.
You're not going to get 4 successes with 3 dice typically.
Typically.
Maldone, would you like to re-roll that any way possible?
I don't have anything. I'm just gonna have to take it. I'll take the fall.
All right.
Hopefully, I don't hit my head or break my hands.
Yeah, break your hands would be bad. And then Maddox. The ground. No, Maddox is on the surface. He's fixing the fusion engine.
Yeah.
The ground starts to shake in.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm going to give you 3 threat for 2 extra dice.
That's how you do it.
Yep. Any focuses that'll apply?
Oh, I don't have anything that can be stretched towards this.
50-50 chance.
Well, you do have. Nah, I forgot you all spent your determination.
If I use my determination to re-roll, could I use my talent of bold security to re-roll one of the rolls?
No,
I'm still
that
technically buying another.
no, that
I just wanna
only
make
counts
sure.
once.
I just want to make sure.
Told you, 50-50.
Any means of re-rolling that, Maddox?
No, not with threat.
Okay.
Better than 0.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry.
This will hurt.
Never believe the GM when he says, I'm sorry. Ouch. Ouch.
Luckily, I have a lot of stress.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out.
9 damage and 1 non-lethal injury to each of you.
And knocked down, probably.
Yeah, knockdown's it's not important, but yeah, you do get thrown from wherever you're standing and bonked into something. Debris falls everywhere. I'm going to say. Maddox, you are as the earthquake happens and the a shed that the fusion unit it is collapses and you are pinned underneath debris.
Nice.
Shake, rattle, and roll as everything shakes, rattles, and rolls. Finally, the earthquake stops and there's a deafening silence across the area. Everyone is bumped up, scraped, bruised.
I think. Would I have known about the earthquake?
Yes, you would have detected this from orbit, and this will affect the research you're doing. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm going to deploy more shuttles with medical supplies.
Okay. Presence command difficulty probably difficulty 3, and the ship can help. I'm gonna figure this out.
Take a
Yeah.
threat. Try a third dice.
Yep.
You know what? Instead of that, I'm going to spend my determination.
On which value?
By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail.
Yep, that would make sense. You are preparing for something here.
Yeah. So treat that as a critical success dice.
Yep. Technically, you still ill hit.
Did someone go the ship for me?
Communications command.
Okay, someone did do that for me. You said communication commands, correct?
Yep. Nice. That is at least one momentum, as you scrambled the rest of the shuttles to disembark. You already have the Ericsson in out. You can only support 2 more shuttlecraft, so 2 more small craft, or a second runabout.
We got a second runabout.
You'd have the Slipnir. Yeah, you can and only support our 2 more scale of small craft out. Otherwise, it's just too much for our flight control to handle. Or you can send 2 of the smaller shuttles.
Okay. Can't I deploy double my skull because of the extended hangar bay? A small craft.
Oh, was it not double? I should. Uh. Where is it? Starship. Twice as many shuttle. Oh, is activated. Okay, so yeah, you have 8 total. Okay, so you have 6 out of 8 scale craft to send out. And you have the Ericsson and the Slipnir as your scale 2 small craft.
Okay, so what scale one shells would be so which shell type would be the best to bring down for medical supplies?
Let me double check, but I think the Type 7.
Okay, then I'm sending down six of those, and I will be joining them.
All right, 6 Type 7s are ready to go. These have the most cargo space and the most personal space. And you come down with them. Meanwhile, back in the lab, You have 4 successes on astrophysics, and you do get the readings from the earthquake right then and there. I'm going to give you a sidebar or quick insight science. I'll spend some thread on this. So, Insight Science difficulty 4, assisted by Sensor Science. That brings the difficulty to 3. To notice something about this earthquake and last earthquake and see if you can draw a conclusion. This is interrupting your research time.
Sorry, I was distracted. One more time.
Insight Science difficulty 4 to see if you can find something akin, or see if you can find a clue with this earthquake now that you're in orbit while it happened.
Someone let me know about it because I'm pretty sure I was pretty busy in the lab.
Yes, you are made aware of it, and they're like, Lieutenant, we're getting an earthquake. Here's the feed.
Ugh. Okay.
Because live information is always helpful.
Did they use that seismograph that was in the shuttle?
Yes, that would be an advantage. You can apply that to the difficulty, or you can apply that afterwards to get additional information.
So we had the site. We had 2 pieces of equipment. The other one was the mass spectrometer, which is for samples, which I don't think that'll help too much here.
Probably not unless you actually got a sample of the planet. But the advanced spectrometer will work as the advantage.
All right. Science. Sensor operations.
Yes.
I'm going to give you. Wait. Since it's using those sensors, do I get a die from testing a theory?
I will allow that, yes. So you get 3 die. Would you like to purchase additional dice?
I'll give you 2 threat.
Okay. Also, do you want to apply the advantage to decrease the difficulty or for additional questions?
Decrease the difficulty.
Diff 2.
Now roll 20 actually wants to work.
And now the ship actually wants to work. So we have 1, 2, 4, 5 on a difficulty 2. That is 3 momentum.
Good. I need some for the actual extended task.
As the hints into your are going to get is The sun sent out a burst of radiation, and then from the planet, you got a really peculiar your signal for a brief second preceding the earthquake. It looked like warp plasma.
Warp plasma.
That is the closest thing you can think of, and you are just as confused. The sun sent out a very specific flare of radiation, and the planet responded with warp plasma. And then the planet responded with an earthquake.
All right. So I can do the extended test.
You can keep doing the extended task, or if you have any additional questions about what the heck you just saw.
Give me that clue again.
The sun sent out a wave of very specific electromagnetic radiation, and the planet responded 8 minutes later with a signal that looks like warp plasma deep in the underneath the surface, and then an earthquake, which doesn't make any sense. But it looks like it's warp plasma.
All right. Let's change this focus one more time.
Okay.
Now, if I come back to the one that we were on, does that continue?
You keep the same progress.
Okay. So let's switch over to the experimental technology.
Okay. Who has lead, and how are you buying dice?
All right, I can change the lead each time?
Yep.
That might actually get... Yeah, let's have L lead this time.
Okay.
Focus in warp theory.
Okay.
Then, on point. Let me... Can I apply the sensor, the use of the sensor operations towards testing a theory?
This is research again, and so testing a theory would apply because you've been doing research all day.
Okay, so
you still have +1 complication on reason.
It's reason.
Yep.
All right. Let's buy an extra dice so that costs 2 with momentum.
All right, 2 dice with momentum, or 1 dice. Sorry.
Yeah, all right.
Because you already got an extra dice.
And then yeah, that'll be L's roll.
Okay.
And get Patterson. Can someone get the ship?
What are you rolling with the ship? Sensor science?
It's, computer science for the ship.
Computer science. Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 4, or 5. Inconclusive. But it's only 5 successes.
Yeah. The other one's at 4.
Meanwhile,
you need 10 successes.
Not always. The GM predetermines the amount.
meanwhile, Commander Eric Calder, you and your fleet of rescue shuttles have just landed next to the Erickson.
I think I would have ordered one to go to each of the bridge officers' last location.
Okay. As they break off. What do you want to do with the other 3?
Spread out to highly populated areas of the town and focus, but leave this one, but at least leave one towards the Erickson to get status on that. And I would have been at least at this one.
Okay. And this one can land up here. Because the Erickson couldn't quite fit in, the Type 7s can land within the walls as rescue efforts are taking place. You land Maldone. You smacked your head across the console. You have a bleeding eyebrow. And you have an injury of sorts. Let's say you have a concussion.
Okay.
Your brain is scrambled like an egg.
Gotta be a med kit here on the ship, right?
Yep. And just as you're kind of pawing around for it and thinking, okay, where's med kit? What is med? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Some officers enter in from the hatch and go, Lieutenant Maldone.
I think I hit my head there, boys. People. Oh. There's like 6 of you. How did you fit in one doorway?
One of them grabs the med kit and starts helping you. Do you want to pull a medical NPC out to heal?
Yes.
All right. Which support or character?
No.
I think Razix is the nurse.
Let's pull Hannah.
Wait, no, it's Razix. That's the doctor.
Yeah, McCormick's the psychologist, so she'll make you feel better by talking about your feelings.
Now hold on, she's got medicine. Come on now.
Yeah, she doesn't want to focus, but
I know, but Razix has triage in emergency medicine.
Yeah, let's go. Yep.
All right. And that is another activation for Razix. All right, as someone else on the table can pick up Razix's sheet. as he has a control medicine difficulty 2.
Take a threat, GM.
Yep.
Success. He's at least stabilized.
He's at least stabilized, but
While this is all going down, I'm gonna be cracking jokes. I'm gonna be like, hey doc, what's the last part of the body to die? The pupils, they dilate.
I mean, would this mass drop of shuttles give some form of advantage?
I would say that you would have like a full medical team aiming around you and ready to go.
Okay, good. So at least these will give us some advantage to help.
Yeah, this will help triage and prepare everything, because basically you brought in the Coast Guard on this situation right here and now. I'm going to say that Maldon, you are healed, so you don't have the injury, but there's a complication. I'm going to say that you will not be cleared for flight for another 6 hours.
And they brought the Delta Flyer down to me, and I can't even fly it.
We didn't bring the Delta Flyer.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to say because of the cocktail of medicines, and you're on you are conscious, you're not concussed, but you are sleepy, and your reactions are sluggish, so you would not be safe to drive for at least 6 hours.
My reactions? Sluggish? Pitch posh.
You hurt his ego there.
I did.
Nope.
Imagine he's trying to point, but his hand is limp.
Yeah, I like wave my hand, and as I'm waving my hand, it comes off a little bit less controlled than it meant to. It just kind of flops around. I'm not sluggish. You're sluggish.
When did Maldon turn into a Muppet?
Wait, Maldon, try to say that again, but sound much more drunk.
I'm not sluggish. You're sluggish.
Perfect.
Sluggish. That word is just wow.
We gotta have another drinking scene.
So, you don't have a concussion anymore. You can remove that injury, but unfortunately, you are not clear for flight at the moment.
All right.
That was fun. Meanwhile, Calder, you land just outside of the town hall, and you see signatures that a semi is in the town hall, along with several other people.
I'm going to tell the medical team to follow me.
They do so.
Is the stuff blocking the entrance or stuff like that?
There is now.
Okay. Well,
Yep. The doorway has collapsed in.
well, time to make a hole as I pull out my phaser.
Okay then.
I mean, we see kids use them to make holes.
I mean, technically, you can make holes in people too. So.
Well, I meant holes to get into stuff.
I'm going to increase the complication range. Comp 2. Control engineering to use your phaser to drill a hole.
Okay, a threat and 2 dice.
threat and 2 momentum.
And two momentum.
Okay. No. Okay.
Retarding systems work.
Do you have anything involving hand phasers or ground combat or
Combat tactics.
this isn't really a tactic.
Security systems. Starfleet protocol.
I'll take ground tactics that increase complication, and because as you might use this sort of thing as a breaching action.
Okay, instead of me using focus, I'm going to pull from a previous milestone.
Which milestone?
When I used my hand phaser against the pirate Zelgar.
Oh, going way back. Yes, I will allow that.
Yeah.
To what value?
First one in, last one out. Because I am not going to leave unless I get all my crew out.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm using that as a critical success. So don't do that +1 threat.
Okay. That makes sense. So undoing the threat generation.
And I gain a momentum.
Yep. And do we get a determination train?
Nope.
Rats. As you phase your way into the hall, you as the earthquake hit, you fell down, braced yourself badly on the floor, and dislocated your shoulder, and that counts as your injury, along with other debris falling on top of you.
Okay.
Several other people are in there. Two of them are pinned underneath debris. Azir is one of them. But as you're assessing your situations, suddenly the wall lights up and vaporizes as your captain is standing there holding a phaser.
Can I attempt to pop the shoulder back in?
I do have an escort of medical personnel.
Yeah, but I want to help right now. There are people trapped right now.
I know. I'm
doing it on yourself.
I think you'll have a advantage for yourself, I think.
Control medicine and difficulty 3 to do it yourself. That would be brought down to difficulty 2 if you allow medical personnel to at least help steady you.
I'll let them help, but I know a little bit about field medicine.
Yep.
All right. Can I buy another dice with threat?
1 dice to threat.
Yep. Okay.
And
That's
boom goes
4, so that's 2 more momentum, I think.
That was with a focus in field medicine.
3. So 1 momentum.
What was the focus that was applied?
It wasn't. Just ignore it.
Okay.
So it was 3. So it's
All right. As with a heave ho and a painful snap, your shoulder pops back into place.
like I'm not gonna let myself feel the pain and go immediately to try to start pulling people out of the rubble.
All right. Just as you walk in, Captain, you see your Bajoran security officer pop her shoulder back in.
Captain, there are people in the rubble. We should act now. We should also start evacuating because this is not tenable at this point.
Yes, and yes, because this town is a thing, and things can be replaced, and lives cannot.
Exactly. So, just gonna try to go over and like start to undo the rubble. I guess, like trying to pick it up and move it out.
Yeah, I'll assist.
Jeez. The Terminator over here.
Not. It's just I have 12 controls, so like.
I mean, I just imagine like your shoulder pops out of place, right? So you just pop it back in, and
It
then
hurts.
without really too much emotion, you're just like, Captain, we must evacuate immediately.
Well, I mean, she grew up on Pajor, so like.
I'd like to offer an idea out of character. Instead of telling them it's an evacuation, maybe just like invite them to the Svalinn for like a dinner banquet.
It's kind of too late for that.
We would like to cordially invite you to a tasteful dining experience aboard the Svalinn.
See how well that works out. But control, engineering, or security, kind of depending on how you're going at it. Difficulty
I'm
2.
just lifting it. I'm just going.
That would be security.
They may not want to go. That's the problem.
That sounds like
I'll
a captain issue.
Then I'll pay a momentum to get another dice.
All right. Calder, you can
This
assist
would be
with
athletics for my focus.
Yep.
2 and a complication.
I will assist.
You gain 1 momentum and back, but there's a complication. I really wish Bog was here. You get 1 person and out, but the weight 8 shifts and goes on to Azir, and he lets out a pained grunt, and the medical personnel goes, I need help over here. He's fading. As he now has a lethal injury.
Okay, I will assist. I'm guessing. Yeah. Does this count as a new scene?
Yes, this is a whole new scene.
Okay. If Asami is going to do it, I will use a direct to assist them.
Control security difficulty A3. And complication 2.
Okay. You said you were assisting me, so it's my role again.
Yes.
Yeah, you go. So yeah.
You said complication 2.
Yeah, comp 2.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do this. No, I'll just. Hey.
Nice.
It's another athletics, so it's a momentum.
That is 1 momentum. As you manage to pull this guy out of the rubble, his chest is a little thinner than it really should be, and he's having a difficulty breathing, and he is unconscious. Medical staff look over him and says, "We need to get him to sickbay right away, Captain. With your permission."
Oh, we had.
Yo,
Bog
I could condone a emergency beam outfit for him.
What were you saying, Al?
Oh, I was just saying. I thought we had Bog on the surface.
No, he went back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went back via a point-to-point beam out.
All right, and with that, the nurse does a beam out. I said beam out. There we go.
Okay, I look at Asagi and say, let's hurry up and get to a Bog. Sorry, Maddox.
Yeah, of course. As quick as we can. It's still holding the shoulder because, like, it's basically hanging on because I pushed it back in.
Yep, pretty much. As you guys run off, Maddox, you find yourself in a small, dark corner with flickering lights around you, and a lot of weight on your hips and legs. From the distance, you hear the Tellarite grunt. Ugh! Okay, that was tough. You okay in there?
I think so. I'm pinned down, but I think I'm okay.
And there's a scruffling, scraping noise, and the Tellarite makes his way towards you. There's very low clearance. Seems like the shed collapsed on us. Hopefully the housing didn't crack again.
I almost have to ask this, but what's the condition of the crystal?
The crystal is actually a nearby, and you see that it's a bit scuffed, but that is easily repaired, and you can and still use it. But it's kind of fell away and skittered across a floor, so it's just out of reach.
Yeah, I don't really think that's going to help me get this building off of me anyway.
Probably not. At this point, Calder and Asami can make it to the fusion shed and see that at the walls of the building have flumped in and is basically being held up just by the fusion assembly. There's already crews that have disembarked from the shuttle and are trying to pick their way through it carefully with phasers and using tricorders to narrow in on life signs. And at this point, Maddox, you can hear the telltale sign of phaser striking metal vaporizing it, and the shift of weight as things resettle as mass is no longer there.
Would I be able to tap my communicator so they'd have an idea of where I am?
Yes, as you can, and get communications.
Yes, I'll inform whoever's nearby that myself and the Telluride are underneath this rubble.
Okay, sir, we're trying to make our way to you. Ew. Captain, they're in here. And at this point, alright, to you make it. Rescue efforts are already underway. Do you wish to assist?
Yes, I think I'll try and assist with strength, which I'm guessing would be control security.
Yep, control security or engineering.
Okay, yeah. I think I'll do this as an assist. Would this be
And Asemi, you take the lead.
You can also spend dice if you want.
Asemi?
What's up?
The captain's is assisting you in lifting the debris off of
Okay,
bog.
Let's try again then.
Yep.
Let's still control security.
Yep.
Yeah, you can spend dice if you want to.
Is it complication range anything, or is it just normal?
Normal complication range and
I'll buy-
athletics as a focus.
Right, and I'll buy an extra dice with momentum.
Okay.
Okay.
Oof. All the complications. Do you have a reroll?
I have bold security, so I think I do.
In order for bolt to fire, you have to spend a threat.
I'll spend the threat.
You have to spend a threat before you have to buy a dice
Okay,
of threat.
never mind then.
Yeah.
Never mind then. So no, I can't.
Oof.
Well, I mean, we gain enough.
You do gain 2 momentum off it.
We could squash it.
You also have the option to offer the GM to take 2 threat instead of the complication.
Do you want to do that? GM?
It's actually not an offer. Basically, we see if the complication stands. If you don't have a means of re-rolling it or getting rid of it, if it stands, then I decide if I apply that as a complication on the scene, or if I take 2 threat from it.
Okay.
We actually gain enough
To squash that if you would like.
From the excess to actually squash it.
So we would just spend the 2 momentum to squash.
Yep.
Okay, we'll do that then.
As there's a surprising shift in mass, and you're like, whoa, and you manage to pull it back and keep it from falling in right on top of your head, and there's a heart-pounding moment in their Maddox where the mass shifts and it seems to be creaking just above your head, and the ceiling and shifts 6 inches closer to you. But it stops, and instead it is pulled away, and you see the smiling faces of your crewmates.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I wonder if this is smiling more exhausted faces.
Pained face. I still have only one good arm.
And are lifting many eight.
Yeah, like I'm hurting.
You're doing heavy lifting with a dislocated shoulder. This is great. Nothing
Yeah.
bad's gonna happen from this.
No. I'm doing the Miles O'Brien. Just keep getting injured. It's fine.
This is fine. Everything's fine. As Thash picks himself up and dusts himself off. Well, right bloody mess we got ourselves into, but I'm sure the mayor's going to disagree, but I think it is time to leave.
I believe you're correct.
Soon enough.
Also, looks like they were trying to have a meeting while you were going at it, so. Yeah, I definitely think that this place shouldn't be habitable.
Well, we gave it a good try.
Gave it the old academy try.
As soon as they're like out, I'm gonna like move out of the way, and it's just gonna crumble down.
Yep. At this point, the adrenaline has worn off, and you kind of do that woozy faint.
The arm absolutely popped itself back out of its socket.
Yeah.
By that point.
Medical staff absolutely takes care of you. Meanwhile, you might have a final chance to solve this mystery and bring an alternative to the table. We have 5 successes on astrophysics and 4 successes on planetary sciences. Which direction do you want to go? As L is AFK?
I'm back now.
Okay. You have another hour to crack at this. It's probably your last push before, or we you got it?
You gave me 12 hours, and we've gone 4 times in 2-hour intervals. So that's 8 hours. I got 2 more 2-hour attempts.
Yep.
All right.
So
this
is probably gonna be the last roll on research to see if you can get any breakthrough.
all right.
Which focus are you using?
Gonna go with the same one, the experimental technology.
Okay.
Testing a theory.
Yep.
And buy 1 die with 2 threat.
Okay.
Warp theory because of the warp plasma again.
Okay.
Addison Goal is a beautiful too.
And the ship assists with computer science.
And so, well, someone get the ship. I'll get Patterson.
I only got Patterson. He rolled a 3, which should actually just be a 1 because I don't think it's a focus.
So, what do we need from the ship?
Computer science. Okay, and how many successes do we have before on this? That was 6? Or 5?
I think we had 5 on this one.
We have 5 on this one. So
And this is 6 successes.
Yep. As
This is 7 successes.
as that you just need a little bit more research into this, and you generated it 5 successes over or the target of 6. So you generated it 6 momentum, and on top of this, as you realize it was a little bit planetary science wasn't working because this wasn't a normal formation of planets and of a planet, and you weren't sure, and you didn't go deep enough up into astrophysics to make this work. But warp plasma attack, pretty much this planet, it has a dilithium core, a large massive dilithium in the core, and when the sun flares a specific way, it acts like it's a tuning thing within a warp core, and it generates warp plasma, which bubbles up through the mantle and causes violent earthquakes. What makes this experimental attack was the fact that the crystalline structure is too regular, as if it was artificial.
So what's the next step for the scientific method?
You have your big breakthrough. You figured out what is going on. Now you have a proposal of a means of basically dosing the sun with specialized particles that will inhibit the radiation flare. An alternative to that.
What kind of particles?
Technobabble particles.
Hey,
probably.
You make me look at the technobabble stuff.
Beta spin neutrons.
All right. You said beta spin neutrons?
Yep. It would be an extended task to get that done, and you would be basically flooding the star with that, and it'll prevent that very specific flare up from hitting the planet and causing it to flare. Another alternative is you could isolate the dilithium itself and burrow your way into the planet's core and do the dosing from there.
All right.
The star surprisingly would be easier, just longer. The digging into the planet will be quicker, possibly more secure because you're fighting it more at the source, but there's a greater risk of complications. So it is your choice.
Let me come back to that, but L will his communicator and let the Capt know that he's figured out the problem and a solution, and it would and has a proposal ready.
Okay, have it by my. Have it ready in 2.5 hours. Because we have to deal with a lot down here.
Okay.
Nice, sir. So I guess that means we'll wait on the extended task.
Yep, we can wait on the extended task. You do have one float. Is there any advantages or anything you want to do before the scene ends?
I obviously want to set up an advantage. I have a float, so let's do an advantage to decrease the resistance by 1 on the extended task, but after that.
Okay.
I would like to use that momentum on that extended task. I just don't know if we're going to get to it tonight.
We will. We're almost done. All right. Calder, on the surface, yes, what would you be doing at this time? All our Starfleet officers have been accounted for, and they have begun. Yeah, they've begun rescue ops, but they're kind of waiting on you to see if we're doing a full evacuation or if we're setting up triage on the planet.
I think I'll go. Yeah, have him all on the ship, and also so try and do some form of command presence to convince the civilians here to take refuge on a starship, because I think we might have found a solution. But I will throw in.
Okay, so you're saying aim take refuge on the starship temporarily, but we have a solution for this?
Yes.
Okay. Because that affects the difficulty. Large group of people not under your command. Presence command, difficulty 4, complication 2. Part of the difficulty is a large crowd of people, and they're not Starfleet officers, so they're not like beholden to follow your commands. And part of the complication is some of them don't want to leave. They've spent 50 years of their life. They've lived, loved, had children here, and buried parents here.
Okay, so
obviously they don't.
Okay, I will say this: if Data can convince people who lived on a colony for 200 years to leave, I think I can do the same with only the fourth of the length.
Possibly.
Yeah. Also, is this like? Are we wrapping up after this little scene? Because is it getting kind of late?
Yeah, it is getting in kind of late. There's gonna be there's 2 more things I want to wrap up.
Well, I meant will the extended task happen next session?
I was thinking of doing an extended task as right after this.
Then okay.
15 more minutes.
Okay, I'm going to spend 1 threat and 3 momentum, and I'm going to spend a determination. Well, from a previous milestone. Well, I'm going to invoke a milestone for when I was attempting to talk down the Anti-Federation Bajorans.
I'll allow that. To what value are you invoking tonight?
Better to deal with the problem now than later.
I'll allow it.
Okay, so I have 4 dice and a critical success dice.
Okay.
Will leadership work?
Yes.
This is okay. Presence command. Complication 2.
All right.
That's a total of 7 successes.
7 successes onto 4, so that's 3 momentum generated.
And I would like to activate my Medal of Honor
Okay.
and add a advantage.
And what would that advantage be?
I think I will use this advantage to help me in case I have to do another in case I have to do a check to convince them to leave in case L's plan doesn't work.
Okay, so you've kind of warmed yourself up to them, so that way if push comes to shove and you have to pull them away, you have a little bit of an in with them to convince them to abandon their plan, abandon their colony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Medal of Honor. Well, let's roll the whoops, that is the gong dice.
Hey, determination train.
So what happens if I do this with a milestone? Does that just turn into a normal determination?
It turns into a normal determination. So, you have like a free determination on the table again.
Okay, that's actually cool.
So you kind of restarted your train.
Okay.
And
that means now L has an extra determination for this work check.
I was actually thinking about it. We could push through and get this done on tonight, or we could break now and make this a 2-parter and have a little more things going on.
Yeah, I think the 2-parter seems
agreed.
logical.
One of the big that's one of the biggest things is that there's really a lot of medicining that would need to be happening right now that Bog's just not here.
Yeah. And as I was thinking about it, I think there's a lot of cool things that I could pull up to make this a full 2-parter. So, on that note,
Bog's gonna throw a fit when you throw him in here to have a whole.
I have a dislocated arm. Our pilot has a head injury.
Yeah, tell Bog our brand new security officer has an arm injury. Yeah, that's gonna go real well.
Not it.
I'll do it. I
All right.
have a higher cognitive function to feel fear or shame anymore anyway.
With that, with temporary evacuation efforts underway, L working together to get his brilliant and daring plan together, and engineering personnel rescuing people from this small hamlet on a backwater star in the unknown spiral of the Milky Way. Tonight, we will end our episode.